Hello everyone, welcome to Aruba Advanced Stage India Digital Partner Summit 2021. And my name is Avinash. I'm the category manager for Aruba Instant. And I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of Aruba Instant. How simple is it and how you can manage your network from anywhere and everywhere. One quick disclaimer, I'm going to project my screen. The same stuff what I'm going to show for the next 10 to 15 minutes. You can do everything and everything upon your mobile apps. Just for the comfort of it, I'm just trying to do it upon the web portal. All you need to do is get onto the Google platform. This is the URL of portal.arubainstanton.com and you need to enter your ID and password. Currently, I'm just trying to log in into my home network to show how I manage my home network. The first and foremost thing what you need to do is to create your own ID and password. I'm entering my ID and password to show how do I manage my home network. Just enter your ID and password, login. As you can see, this is exactly how the dashboard of arubainstanton.com looks on your web browser, and this is how exactly it looks up on your mobile app also. But before taking you through the glimpse of it, the first and foremost thing what I want to show you is that how do you create a site, right? During this pandemic times, you are scared of letting anyone enter your homes while you're trying to configure your access point or a router. You don't want anyone else entering into your home. That's the reason we brought this Aruba Instant on a range of access points which are cloud enabled. So let's get rid of the traditional way of managing a network that a network engineer hops into your house, configures it, create an ID and password. But instead of relying on anyone, this is how you can do or configure your network within a simple 8 steps. It's as simple as that you sign up on your Facebook for the very first time. Let's go through it one by one. How do you create a new site? This is how the dashboard would look like for the very first time once you log in with your ID and password and click on the option of continue. Now, while you're configuring Aruba Instant on access point or a switch, or is it a combination of an access point and a switch, depending upon what you're trying to configure. For an example, I'm just taking access point over here and I'll click on the option of continue. Now it would ask you for the topology, how you wanted to connecting this. One, the traditional way of connecting it at your home or any of the smaller environment is that you would connect it behind a router or a modem. You could see over here, this is my internet ISP connection of an Act Fiber Net on an Airtel or a Geo and the basic modem or router what they have given. And I'm trying to connect my Aruba Instant on access point over here. And let's look at the other topology of it, where you're trying to connect it behind a 8 port or a 24 port or a 48 switch over here. This is how it goes. You have your ISP of ACT, Geo or Fiber. You have your modem and you have your 8 port or a 4 port, 24 port or a 48 port switch. And you are connecting multiple access points over here. So it depends upon the topology. I'm just going by the bridge mode and I'll click on the option of continue. It promptly asks you to ensure that you're connecting your RJ45 cable at the back of your access point. Please note, the access point box comes by default with a ceiling and a mount kit along with a 2-meter RJ45 cable. Just plug out the RJ45 cable into your access point and the step is completed. Click on step completed. Now, all the access points of Aruba Instant on comes by default with these two LEDs representing what is happening upon these devices. As you can see in my screen, it's altering between green and amber, which states that for the very first time when the access point gets connected to a cloud, right, it updates the entire firmware and software. And please note, all the access point comes by default with a 2-year warranty. And the warranty doesn't start from the day it got built. The warranty starts from the day it practically gets connected to the cloud. That's the best point of Aruba Instant on access point. No matter when you buy it, the warranty doesn't start on that day. For the very first day when you get connected to your cloud, the warranty starts. So as you can see on the screen, it will take minimum 2 to 3 minutes for the very first time when it gets connected to the cloud to update its firmware and software. So once it is turning into entirely green, you can click on the option of continue. This is an option of zero touch processing, which has been killer point while we are promoting the Aruba Instant On within the market. As you could see over here, all you need to do is manually enter any of the serial number. For an example, I am entering the serial number which is there on the access point. But while I said you don't want anyone else to be entering into your home, just go to your mobile app. You will have an option of scan your barcode. Click on the option of scan your barcode and point it towards your access point. It will scan the barcode by default and will capture the device over here. That's one way of onboarding. Second thing, if you want to onboard it through your Bluetooth, all the access point comes by default with the BLE technology to onboard your devices. Switch on your Bluetooth on the mobile app. By default, it will capture the device over here. And in case if you're not there at the site, if you want to remotely configure it, take the serial number, manually enter it, and click on the option of search for devices. That's it. You are through with the configuration of the access points, and you just need to name the network of it, whether it is your home or your office network, and confirm on the country part of it, and the entire setup is done. It hardly takes 2 minutes of your time to ensure that without relying on someone else, you're configuring your network through a mobile app. And once you configure it, this is how exactly the screen looks like, right? You have 4 dashboards indicating multiple things. Let's deep down into each individual dashboard. First is the networks part of it. You can create a multiple networks or a multiple SSIDs upon an instant on access points. For an example, on each access point, you can create 8 SSIDs. You could look at my screen. I've created one home network for myself, and I've created a separate SSID for my kids network. Let's create a separate SSID for your information. I'll click on the option of add over the network tab. Whether it is for your employee or a guest, all you need to do is give your name. So I'm saying test site. I'll click on the option of test site, and you can keep the password over here. You have a security encryption of WPA2 and WPA3. You can click upon this thing, or you have a Redis server AD integration which has to happen. You can go with this option. For an example, I'm going now with the password part of it, and I will enter a password which is for my network, and I'll just click on the option of save. See, you could look at the new SSID what I've created over here. Now you get into the SSID and create whatever the rules you want to do with. Just get into the option. Okay, you want the SSID to be visible, click on the option of show network. If you don't want it to be visible, click on this option of disable this thing. And if you have any Wi-Fi 6 clients, to optimize the performance, it is always kept on. But you are well aware that the Wi-Fi 6 clients are not available in the tab of it. You can disable this thing. And one feature which comes very handy for everyone is that whether it is for your own employees or for your guests, you would be in a position to customize the bandwidth, where any of one who is coming into your network, you don't want them to be accessing anything apart from the mails. I have customized my bandwidth to 1 Mbps. In that perspective, in whichever the customization you want to do it, you can do it multiple with this option of restricting the bandwidth per client basis. Okay, and at the same time, you have an option of managing your radios. When you are well aware that all of your devices are supporting only 2.4 gigahertz radio, you can keep only 2.4 gigahertz radio on. Or when you have a mixed environment of 2.4 gigahertz radio and 5 gigahertz radio, you can keep this radio on. And in certain situations where you feel that the coverage becomes an issue, you have an option of extend your 2.4 gigahertz radio by clicking this option. Please note there will be a bit of disruption in the performance of it, but the line of sight and the coverage betters when you click on this option of 2.4 gigahertz reach. So in that way, there are multiple tabs you can do that. And last but not the least, you want your network to be up and running on a specified time from Monday to Friday. It can be active all the day, or you want it to be active only between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or any of the timelines. It all depends how you want to customize this thing, right? This is a quick glimpse of how do you create multiple SSIDs and how do you create multiple networks on your mobile app. Moving on to the next step of it, you have an option of clients. Clients is nothing but you would get to understand all the connected clients which are connected upon your network. You could see over here, I have currently 5 clients connected over here, and you want to drill down into any of it, just click on this option and you can rename any of it. If you want to say it as test phone or you want to rename anything, you could do that. And it will give you a glimpse of what sort of a voice it is running. It is running on iOS, and to which network SSID is it connected, and on which radio is it currently connected. And at the same time, it gives you a glimpse of what is happening on the device from the past 24 hours. In this way, you would be in a position to manage all of your clients through this client tab. One quick thing, if any of the intruders hops into your device or your network and you want to block any of the content, just go to the option of over here, just click on the option of block so that the client gets disconnected from this client and it goes into the blocked clients. And after a while, if you realize that, no, I have uninterruptedly or unintentionally blocked this client, you can click on this option of unblock. In that way, you would be in a position to manage all of your clients through this client tab. That's on the second part of it. And coming to the applications, while I call my Aruba Instant on as an access point, it has an option of DHCP, which acts as a router too. At the same time, we have given a basic functionality of a firewall to ensure that you could do a firewall system. While you could see upon this, it will give you a glimpse of what is happening on the network from the past 24 hours. You could see how much downloaded data, uploaded data, and how many number of clients are connected. At the same time, it has been systematically engineered to give you 18 set of applications so that how many SSIDs you would create and you want to manage it accordingly, you could do that. Just to give you an example of this thing, you have these services of streaming services where you have a YouTube, a Netflix, Hotstar, G5, whatever it is. But while I've created my kids network and a test site network separately, I don't want any of my kids to be watching any of the content. That's the reason I have disabled this thing. And while I've created the test site also, you don't want anyone to be accessing any of the streaming services, just click on the option of block it. In that way, you can systematically design, create applications among all these 18 set of applications, and you can create any of the rules stating that I don't want any of my employees to be accessing any of the social network. I will disable this thing. So in that way, you could create your applications or create your templates among all these 18 applications through the tab of applications. That's the reason we call it as an access point come router come firewall. Okay. Last but not the least, the inventory part of it. No matter you hold a 1 access point or a 20 access point or a combination of a 15 access point on the switches, you will get a glimpse of all the devices over here. For an example, currently I have 1 access point, which is the model number of AP22, and I've renamed it as my hall Wi-Fi. Let me replace that as a test AP. You could rename it so that no matter how many access points you have it, you would be in a position to identify that thing. Whenever you make any necessary changes, just click on the option of save. You could see over here, this is the AP and this is the serial number. And currently upon my 2.4 gigahertz radio, there are no clients connected. On the 5 gigahertz point from that, you have an option of activating the lights. Just click on the option of activate lights. The 2 LEDs which are there on the access point keeps blinking. So you want to particularly locate an access point and take it off. This comes handy. And other feature, whenever your access point goes for a toss or you want to reboot it, there's no need to be there at the site. Just get onto the app and just get onto the app tab of actions, click on the option of restart. So the entire access point gets restarted. Okay. And the other quick view, what we have brought in the recent software developments is the topology view of it. Currently, this is how my topology looks like. I have connected it behind my router, and this is where my access point gets connected. And currently, there are 3 active clients. In that perspective, no matter you have a 15 access points or a 15 switches, Everything gets displayed over here by showing that what is happening on each and every device. This is one of the software advancement what we have brought it in the recent times. So just to rephrase it, this is exactly how it looks when you try to do all these applications upon your mobile app also. But currently this is my home site, and when I want to manage a multiple customer sites, how do I do it? Go to this option of this thing and connect to other sites. Just to give you a glimpse of it, I am managing 5 other sites in 5 different locations. So Instant On will let you manage multiple networks of multiple locations with a single dashboard with a single ID and password. To give you a glimpse of other site, what is happening, I'll click on the other test site. You will have the same dashboard of 4 networks, clients, applications, and inventory. And no matter what sort of an alterations or a modification you want to do at that network, you could do it. So this gives you a unified dashboard management to manage both your wired and wireless infrastructure with a single ID and password, no matter where you are. And how do you manage this thing? While I'm the one who is the administrator for this site, at the same time, I want someone else to be managing my network. And how do I do that? Currently, you could see I'm logged in with this mail ID of my own thing, and I've given a couple of names who also can manage my network when I'm not there, right? In that way, if I want to revoke this transfership or ownership of this client, I would just click on this option of revoke ownership, and I'll confirm of it so that to whom I have assigned this ownership, now he will get revoked. And now I want to add some other person to manage this site. I'll click on this option of plus. I'll put the mail ID of XYZ at the rate of Gmail or whichever the customer mail ID you want to give it, and click on the option of add account. A by default mail goes to them, granting them access for the administration so that they can just log into this site, and whatever the stuff I've shown from the past 5-10 minutes, they will be able to do that. This gives you a simplicity that it's not only a single administrator who is trying to manage the network, you have a couple of other people who you can add so that when you're absent or when you're traveling, the others can take over and manage your network on behalf of you. The other type of a software update shows you what sort of a software upgradation we're bringing to the platform. You could see that the version of 2.3.1 was installed 15 days ago, right? In that way, once in a quarter or once in 3 to 4 months, we keep bringing a new software upgradation at free of cost to our customers to enhance the customer experience. While I'm bringing a new software upgradation, I don't want my network to be interrupting. That's the reason I have customized when my network update has to happen. I've customized it on a Tuesday by 12 o'clock in the midnight so that none of my works get impacted. In that way, if you want to customize it or do it on a Wednesday or a Friday or whatever the timeline it is, you would have been able to do that. I guess I have made myself clear upon what we can do upon the Aruba Instant on mobile app. Thanks for your time and have a great day.